Hey everybody, my name is BlakJak and welcome back to Mafia, the City of Lost Heaven. Last time we did the mission, An Offer You Can't Refuse, and this one we're going to be taking care of Taxi Driver, which is the second mission of the game and probably most people's least favorite mission in the game. Well, much like the mission entails, you are a taxi driver. But, like I mentioned last episode, I really like the driving in this game because of the mechanics that the game has. So one thing you can do when driving, well, for starters, there's a law enforcement system in this game. So if a cop is walking around or in a car, much like the one that we just passed by, and he sees you breaking the law in some way, say hitting a car, or speeding, or hell, blowing a red light even, doing any of those will get them to come after you in some way, shape, or form. And depending on the severity of the crime, you can either get a ticket or they'll come and arrest you. So for instance, that cop hit me. But for whatever reason, the game decided that they didn't want to chase me. Normally, if you hit a cop for no matter the circumstance, they'll want to arrest you. And likewise for hitting a car. But if you hit like a trash can or break through a phone booth or something, those are lesser crimes. They'll just try and fine you. Or if you're speeding, which is 60. That cut back there was me looking through the map. You'll be seeing me do that throughout the playthrough because sometimes I get lost and I'll look through the map. And I'm just going to cut them out just to keep it looking a little more smooth. But yeah, so the speed limit in the city is 60 miles per hour, which is ungodly for a speed limit. And if you go over that, the cops will just try and arrest you. Well, not try to arrest you, they'll try and fine you. And you could just pull over and wait, and they'll just give you the ticket. And since you don't have money in this game, in the story mode, it doesn't really matter. And you can get fined up to 2 times, and if you get a third ticket, like if you speed a third time when a cop catches you, they'll just go and arrest you. Like they'll just try and hunt you down and arrest you. And if you get arrested, it's the same thing as dying. That's all. This mission doesn't really have much to do other than driving and learning the map. That's pretty much the whole reason for this mission in total. And just to flesh out Tommy's like idea of like. Just to get the player to know, like, this is what Tommy does on a normal daily basis. Quick note, and I'm going to bring this up during free play, but the location we're heading to now, the hospital, is an area in free play where you can pay to heal your health bar, which is down in the bottom left-hand corner. That's what that little 90 is, out of 100. I have 90 health because I crashed into something. I wasn't paying attention. But in this game, you take damage for like crashing into stuff. And since it's like an old school game, you have a health bar that you're gonna have to take medicine in order to heal. And if I had known this, you can actually just go to the hospital anytime and pick up a health bar and heal. So you can do that. But there are health bars and levels all over the place. So the health isn't really too bad out in the like mainland, like in the hub world, but it can get a little tricky during the missions because you keep your health throughout every checkpoint. That guy was trying to park and he nearly killed me. Dude, granted I was on the wrong side of the road, but still, what a dickhead. The compass is kind of useful when you're on the same island as the objective because it points you in the right direction of where you're going. But it doesn't tell you that you need to cross the bridge or anything. So if you're ever in the need to go, like, let's say there's an objective on Central Island and we're all the way over here in downtown. The compass will tell me to go left, but it won't tell me necessarily to cross the bridge unless I'm near the bridge, like unless I'm near the area where the bridge is. That right there is the handbrake. If you press circle, you pull the handbrake and you can do cool little drifts. Not the most useful thing in game, but it's kind of fun.
Here it is. Drop me off in front of the
Yep, so here's the hospital. Right in front of the door there should be a health dispenser, if I'm not mistaken. And you can get health from there. So that's pretty neat.
Thanks. Here's the fare.
I believe in this mission, every customer you get is a new checkpoint. So the game has a weird way of doing checkpoints.
I'm lucky you're here. I need to get to the theater.
And they're not
Central
bad
Island.
per se.
Take the Giuliano Bridge
Not
so that
like
we can
I don't
get there
mind them
quickly.
all too
Whatever
much.
you want.
But oh, by the way, this bridge is never open throughout the story mode. I don't know why that is. Anyway, this is the Giuliano Bridge. You can zoom in, by the way. It's just a normal bridge that I take normally to get the one with the thing. Terra Nova, for whatever reason, is like never open. So you're gonna see me go throughout the Giuliano Bridge and do the tunnel all the time. Anyway, I was just having fun looking at the map. But you can see like the bank, Morello's bar, some other shit. The bank is over here. I said the bank twice, didn't I? Whatever. Salieri's bar is on the other island. Things like that. I'm going to try my best not to show off all the driving, because this game is really driving intensive. I think that's kind of why I like the driving, though, in this game. It's probably because it's like... you're just doing it all the time. I don't know. I like the driving in this game. I mean, the earlier cars in the game, like the taxi, like this taxi, they're kind of slow and lame. Like, I don't think this one ever goes over 65 miles an hour, which is still enough to speed, but not enough for it to, like, really matter. Also, I didn't mention the limiter. So, to not get caught speeding, what you can do is hit L1 while driving, and that turns on. Sometimes you'll see it above the speedometer. It's like a little yellow diamond with 60 in it. That's telling you that you can only go up to 60 miles an hour. It's the speed limiter. One thing I found out about this game later on, I actually didn't catch this until like much later in the game, but you actually have gas in this game. If you stick with one car and you drive around it for long enough, you will eventually run out of gas, and you can stop by a gas station and you can fill up your tank by just driving next to the thing, which is really interesting. I didn't realize that until much later in the game. I think I was like, I must have been like 4 missions away from beating the game when I realized I had like a limited amount of gas. Yeah, you gotta park like horizontal to the road. She does not want to get out. And this guy over here is like staring at me like, damn, I gotta get him this taxi. This fucking guy is crazy. Tell me how there's a taxi near where I lived and he would like cut corners, literally, to like get to a destination. Like he'll drive over the pavement and like legitimately cut the corners of streets. It was ridiculous.
Good thing. Get in.
One part of town to the other. This dude would fucking fly across some streets, homeboy. Wild, dude. That guy was crazy. But I'll tell you what, he got me to my destination super quick. Like, it was some Grand Theft Auto shit too. Like, I didn't even have to be like, hey, yeah, no, step it up or nothing. Like, that's just how he drove. Like, if he needed to, he would just blow every light by driving on the sidewalk. I swear to fucking God, man. That guy was crazy. Fucking lunatic, dude. But yeah, this is a good example for like the loading screen thing I was talking about in the review. And there's some things that I didn't mention in the review now that I realized, like thinking back on it. But that's probably because I don't take notes when playing video games. I should probably start doing it. But this is a good example. This mission, you have to cross this bridge a handful of times. Maybe like 3 or 4 times. And each time you cross, it's like a minute of waiting. So imagine driving and then having to wait a minute to play the game again. I'm not sure how the PC game plays in terms of like controls or anything, but I was looking at some oh, by the way, the nice little shortcut to Hoboken is on this street. You could just keep going straight and you'll just fly. We'll take that eventually. But anyway, on the PC, I've noticed that there isn't a loading screen there, and I'm assuming if depending on your specs, you can actually not have to wait that long on the loading screen. So honestly, much like Mafia 2, well, Mafia 2 is a little different for why I prefer that one on PC over the console version. But definitely Mafia 1 I would probably, if you can find this game on PC, I think I saw it on Steam yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. For like $16. It wasn't that, but I picked this up for like $7, so that was pretty neat. But yeah, if you can find this on PC, I would definitely pick this one up. This game is really good. I really enjoyed it. And if you're coming off the review, hello.
We're here.
Thank you.
Drop me off at the entrance.
But I know I gave this game like not the best score out there, but it was mostly the visuals. I think the PS2 version of this game looks really bad compared to the PC
I need
version.
to get to the department store car lot in Little Italy.
Also, compared
Can
to
you
other
take me
games
there?
of the time
No
too,
problem.
like not
Get
just compared to the PC version, but
Go
like
across the Giuliano
even other
Bridge,
games
through the
at the
tunnel.
time looked
It's the shortest
way
way.
better in this game. I know it's not. Oh shit.
I nearly broke my jaw.
Yeah, I fuck you.
Nobody's
Right?
perfect.
Telling you, nobody's perfect. But like, not that these games are like very similar in terms of style, but even Final Fantasy X, which came out in 2001 for the PS2, looks a lot better than this game does, and that's crazy. That the PS2 port for this game looks so shitty. And the PS2 port of the game came out 2 years after the original PC version of this game. So it's kind of like shitty that it looks this way. Like, it's not the worst looking game I've seen, but it's definitely not what it should have been for the time. So that's why I kind of judge this game a little harshly on its visuals. Especially like during the cinematics. I think the cinematics in this game look really good. You know? I feel like the models in this game could have been better, but I don't know why it wasn't. Maybe it was like a super small team for the modeling and rigging and stuff. Or maybe it was just too much for the PS2, so they had to like downgrade the visuals a bit. I'm not entirely sure.
Problem. You're doing fine.
Another reason why I'd say get the PC version over the PS2 version is this game on PS2 is actually missing content. On PC, there is an extra mode called Extreme Freeride mode, which comes with like another, I think it's 17 missions or 18 missions, something like that. I don't know if it's 18 or 17.
Didn't you slow down a little?
Like extra like side missions to do. And this game doesn't have that. So like it's kind of a bummer. So I would probably skip out on getting the PS2 version of this game and just get the PC one.
Slow down a little.
But I didn't know that when I picked this game up, so like I was like, oh cool, Mafia 1, and then I picked it up and I was playing it and I was having fun. So there's that. Oh, that's the other reason why the score is lower than what I would probably give it for the original PC version. If I had played the PC version, this game would have probably gotten at least an 8. Probably. I would say it would probably get an 8, maybe. Out of 10 for me. Honestly. But see, like, although this game doesn't look as good as the PC one, it's still the same game, so it's still a lot of fun. So I would still recommend playing this game, even if you didn't like even if I didn't really prefer the PS2 version. I don't know if that made any sense. But now we're gonna be doing the next mission, Running Man, which is a short mission, and it kind of leads right into this one. Wait, there's 22 missions? I thought there was 22 missions in this game. 22 parts of my playthrough. That's weird. I guess it's 23 missions. Maybe the mission guide I was looking at may have combined some missions or something. But yeah, now we're going to be doing Running Man, which is the second half of this video, which is like a super short video. I would have done it as a separate video, but it would be like a 5-minute video. Not
I
worth
had a
it for
cup
me.
of coffee and relaxed in the car. While I was waiting to see if I could get another customer, I noticed I wasn't far from Salieri's bar.
Jesus. We got you, you little rat. Mr. Morello's pretty angry with you. We're gonna have to teach you a little lesson so you remember that it ain't right.
Those bastards remembered the license plate of my car and took it on themselves to hunt me down.
Lou here'll fix your face a little.
I have to say the voice acting in this game
Finish him off.
for like
Don't
the
waste any
minor
more time on him.
characters are
It
fucking
occurred to me that I had to Get out
hilarious.
of there fast. I couldn't handle that animal
We'll
on my
we'll be
own.
seeing them a little later.
I said to myself that now was probably the right
That-
moment
that
for
was
Mr.
one of the
Salieri
funnier
to show his
ones.
gratitude. Salieri's bar was just down the street.
But yeah,
The sight of it was
so
certainly a lot
I'm just gonna
nicer than a
talk over
baseball bat
Tommy
to my
here
head.
because he's just explaining what we're gonna do anyway. We gotta just run this way and hope to God that they don't shoot us. Pretty much it. It's pretty simple. It's not even that long a mission. Like I said, this mission's actually almost over. Once you cut the street right here, cut across the street, I mean, we're gonna take a right, like that little guide arrow was telling us, and we're gonna head into this alleyway right here. I actually died because I missed that alleyway. I didn't see it. And I got fucking shot in the head and died immediately. But just like that, we actually are almost done this mission. And like I said, this mission is really short, so I didn't think it would make sense to keep it as a separate video. Even though I guess it could have been. But I don't know. But just like that, we made it to Salieri's. Oh shit! No, there's another alleyway. Fuck. Okay, my bad. Why can't I just take this car? You know, I could just take that car. And... Damn, I got shot again. Fuck.
Had to meet him at 3 in the passage.
All right, and just like that, we made it to Salieri's bar, and that pretty much is my time. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Maybe. Peace.
And I watch it like a hawk. Well, I'm doing okay. I'm living in a great big way. Oh, I'm the dog in the ocean. I'm the sun in the sky.
Salieri's boys saved my skin that time, but I certainly wasn't in a good situation. I had paid off my debts for the car repairs, but my boss didn't want to employ anyone who's in the mob. It just wasn't good business. When I saw the fancy getup of Salieri's boys, I thought that it can't be too bad to work for them. Besides, I had nothing to lose. Morello was out to get me, so driving a cab wasn't the best job. Plus, the prospect of Salieri's dough wasn't so terrible. So like I always say, better to die young and loaded